everybody, I'm Cassandra from Craftably After and welcome to another video. I'm so glad you guys could join me. I love hanging out with you all. I love reading your comments. Thank you for all the comments that you pop down every week. I am a little slow at the moment answering them all. I do read every single one. I do put a heart next to it just to show you that I've read it, and eventually I do make my way through answering them. But please keep on sending the comments. I love the interaction that is going on the channel every time I bring out a video. You guys are fantastic, you inspire me, and I love hanging out with you all. Now this week's video is a little different, so it's going to be filmed or videoed in two parts. Now the first part is basically me showing you some items that I got from a company called VIP Cross Stitch. Now I've showed some of the items. I always like doing times before little channel already because I did a video items that they recently are sending me for free. March to open up on for a review on the channel, but I don't always like to just open up and show you the product. My challenge that I decided upon was, can I make an item? And it's going to be amigurumi using only items that I get from VIP Cross Stitch. Now the one single exception to this rule is stuffing. The rest of it, everything, yarn, the accessories, the needles, the whatever they have, I want to make one entire project using only items that fit into this $26 budget from VIP Cross Stitch. I've shown this in my previous VIP Cross Stitch unboxing. You guys know I am absolutely in love with these little mini project bags. They're teeny tiny. They hold small skeins of yarn. And obviously, if you've been with me for a while, you know I love working with fingering weight yarns. So these teeny tiny little bags are perfect for me. I did choose some yarns. Now you guys, these yarns have got labels that says absolutely nothing. So I don't know. I think the thickness is a fingering weight. It says, now this is the part that I'm enjoying the most. It says milk cotton 100% soft acrylic. Yes, so this is the only part that I actually understood, which I had a good chuckle about, because milk cotton, but it's 100% soft acrylic. Fantastic. But I really loved the colors. The main color for my project, and for that I got two. So it actually, the yarn comes in these tiny little pre-packed little bags. And I did get two of them, and it is, I will not lie, it is extremely soft. It is something that I cannot tell you because I do not know what it says. So it is there in Chinese. There's a few things in further Chinese. I don't know what it is. It is in all probability very similar to this acrylic. Well, I can almost guarantee it's an acrylic. It's the same thickness as this previous multicolored yarn, but I specifically chose a creamy white, like an off-white color. So this will be the color for my main project. VIP Cross Stitch do not sell safety eyes, so I needed a little backup plan for that. And what else did I choose? This is the next item in this little bag. It is a 50 color, as in 50 color pack of embroidery thread. So this gives me the opportunity, I'm sorry for the bag, this gives me the opportunity to embroider facial features, to embroider face details, eyes, eyelashes, eyebrows, whatever's supposed to go on the face of my amigurumi. There are 50 different colors that I can choose. Now I'm not going to take all 50 out. I will grab a few just to show you what they all look like. Now all it says on here is embroidery floss. So let me show you if this will even focus. Different colors of embroidery thread. There's these little mini, whatever you call them, in a variety of really nice colors. So these are just a few, but obviously there's black, there's white, there's all the shades that you could possibly want to embroider an amigurumi face with. We need something to actually work this toy up with, and I decided on this little kit. Now I have reviewed a kit of these before, which I really liked. This is a much cheaper version of more or less the same kit. The other one came in a very cute little zippered pouch. This one was a lot more affordable, quite a difference in the price, but it had all exactly the same items in it. Each might have in the middle. So what you get is a number of crochet hooks. Then you also get this little baggie. You get snips, an embroidery needle. Now you do get 4, 2 bigger ones, 2 smaller ones, row counters. So it's these ones that you sort of turn here on the side. Quite a number of little stitch markers, tape measure, I don't know. The item I made, actually I made 2 items, but the first one I did using nothing else apart from the products is this cute bear. Now this bear is one of my favorite bear patterns. It's called Floki Bear, and I will link the pattern down below in the description box. I made a video a couple of months ago making various versions of this bear. And this colorful one, for some reason, I told my husband, it gives me those very 70s vintage vibes. I don't know why. It reminds me of a yarn that my grandma would have used to crochet us some, or knit us some sweaters when we were small. Like in the 80s, actually, not 70s, more the 80s, which were all the neon colors. So this gives me very much retro vintage grandma sweater vibes, but I absolutely loved it. It came out beautiful. The plastic needles, you guys, were my biggest challenge. Now the one that I used, they are very thick compared to the yarn that I worked with. The yarn is a fingering, at best a sport weight, so not thicker than a number 2 or the size 2 weight, a sport weight yarn, somewhere between a 1 and a 2 weight. But these plastic hooks were quite thick. So this was the thinner one of the 2 sizes that you got in this container. It is a little a little bent because I had to use a fair amount of force at some stages to sew on the parts, you know, get it through the very tight stitches. I'm an extremely tight crocheter, so getting a thick plastic hook through tight small stitches was probably the biggest challenge of this project. And I use the stitch markers, so it comes with a bunch of different stitch markers. So I did use these plastic ones, which are the ones I anyway use on a regular basis. I love them. The one thing I also sort of missed having was pins to keep my pieces in place. Now I normally, if I sew on arms or legs, I don't usually pin it, I just sew it. But things like ears and muzzles, I do use pins to keep it in place. And because this little set did not come with pins, I had to use the spare needle to keep my pieces in place. So I will pop up a little photo on the screen what it looked like as I was trying to work my ears onto my bear, and how I used these plastic needles to keep my piece in on the right spot for me to sew it on. So this was, I think, the biggest challenge for me, was not having pins. Now they do actually have pins on their website, and in a previous video where I showed some of their products, I actually had thinner needles as well. I like using the metal embroidery needles, but for this challenge I only used what I got in this specific parcel. This yarn was surprisingly wonderful to work with, so I really loved it. And then I've got about this much of the colorful one left, about half of the ball. Now there's no yarn weights or weight of the ball on here. I would guess, oh, this one does. This one is 50 grams, and I'm guessing the white was also 50 grams. I think out of everything I got was one of the best items that you get on their website, and it is this bunch of embroidery floss. So I got this pack of 50 different colors of embroidery floss, which was lovely to work with. So for the price and getting 50, I loved it, although I only used the black and this pink in the end. But that was like the surprise almost of the challenge for me, is how much I enjoyed using their embroidery floss. Got so much stuff left. Like, I had a lot of the white still left. I had the majority of the colorful one left. So I thought, okay, I did fulfill the challenge, making one project using only their items. Then I decided I'm going to make another project, use the same yarn, but this time give me the freedom to use my own crochet hook, pins if I want to pin pieces or body parts onto the toy, and a thinner embroidery needle. And I decided I needed something quick and easy to make. Pulled out this book, which is an absolute favorite of mine these days, and I made from it this adorable bunny. So as you can see, very cute. I used fairly big safety eyes. Again, I embroidered some little freckles. I did the little bow that is part of the pattern, although I didn't do the heart. The pattern contains a little heart that you can do on the front. But there you go. So I made this one as well, although on this project I did use a few of my own supplies. So safety eyes, different embroidery needle, different crochet hook, and pins to be able to pin the ears in place. Alright you guys, that's it for this week. I will be with you again very soon with another video. As always, stay safe, stay crafty. Chat to me in the comment box. I love talking to all of you. You are very inspiring. You are influencing me left, right and center with your awesome projects, your emails. I love it. I love chatting to you guys. You are fantastic. Have a great day, and I will talk to all of you really soon.